other priorities, or we have company that we already collaborate with, some bigger ones. So, but now it's like more and more popular to get sustainable gifts or promotional items for events, because now everything is like green, sustainable, and stuff. So I
Mm-hmm.
think there'll be more interest in the upcoming years.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think like the story, what you're going to tell us, it's kind of predicting the future
Mm-hmm.
for Macedonia, because in the European Union countries it's more developed. I guess companies are more aware and you have more regulations now. So it's
Yeah.
like um, you're you're our future in a way.
Well, hopefully, because it's true that the time when we started, which
Mhm.
is going to be maybe 12 years
Yeah.
ago already. So it definitely was not that widespread. I mean, sustainability also in our country.
Yeah.
And maybe you are a little bit behind, but you are getting there. So that's really good that you are trying to get some inspiration also
Yeah.
how to approach it and what
Yeah,
you could do.
exactly.
Yeah. Mhm.
But I think we'll wait a few more minutes. I see people joining, and then we can officially start. They were also like, we got maybe 15 questions from the audience. So we'll leave the last 15 minutes for people to ask you directly, or if not, I will read some of the questions, but they were really interesting questions. So,
Okay.
how is it in the Czech Republic? Like, do you have this waiting courtesy time, or you start sharp?
Sometimes it depends because I have been attending a few online courses, for example, for search engine optimization of websites, because this is one of the most important things. Maybe I might mention it also in the session. And we have this lady who is kind of the leader of this kind of club, CEO club, and she starts really sharp
Mm.
because she knows that everyone will join, and then she's also recording,
Mm.
and those who are not there, they can then watch it later on. So she is quite effective. But usually we have I don't know, 5 minutes
Yeah.
for the latecomers to join.
Yeah. I think the more north you go, the less time they wait.
Yeah. Mhm.
So that's why I was curious. Hello, Martina.
Hi everyone.
I
Okay, so I think we can start. Angela, what do you think?
We just shared it on Instagram, so I think we could start, and I think others will join as we
Yeah.
continue. Maybe I
Let's
could
start.
introduce the project really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so guys, if you're first comers here on the Living Libraries, welcome. We'll be holding this on English due to our guest. This is a part of concept, a Scandinavian one. That I call it a podcast, and it's the project is called Civil Society and Youth for Inclusive and Sustainable Development through a Circular Economy in North Macedonia. I wouldn't theoretically prolong it so much long, and I'll leave to Kata to open the show.
Thank you, Angela. So hello, everyone. Thank you for joining on time. Hopefully more people will join. And I'm Katarina from Yes for Less. I think some of you already heard me. So we are an environmental association from Skopje, Macedonia, and we have a network of green businesses. And that's why we were included in this project for circular economy to interview 8 businesses to share their story in the format of an online podcast. So we can find out about their story for their circular business directly from the owners. And because People in Need is a Czech organization, one of the requirements was to have one Czech business to be our guest. So today we have Marketa from Forware. Marketa, officially welcome, and thank you for accepting the invitation to join us today. I'm really excited. Like I was the last few days, I was reading again about Forware. Your website is really amazing, I must say. Like I will send it in the chat for people to check it out, because I think it's a website that every business owner can take as an example if they want to develop something similar. Like it's very clear what you do, what you offer, all the collaboration that's listed. So really great job. And what does Forware do? So just shortly, Forware produces and designs together with the clients sustainable gifts made out of textile waste, and they have already transformed, I think, 35,000 kilograms of waste. At least that's the last number on the website. And I hope you were able to see some of the designs on the poster that we shared, but of course you'll be able to see them later on in the website. And I will let Marketa tell us the rest of the story. So just to keep in mind, I'll start with the questions that we have prepared with Sarah for Marketa, and then the last 15 minutes will be for you, everyone who is in the audience, to ask what you want to know about Forware and the path of Marketa. I've already collected your questions that you posted in the registration form. So if you're shy to ask them yourself, I'll do it for you. But of course, I encourage you to join the discussion and ask them yourself. So hello again, Marketa. How are you feeling first?
Hello, everyone. Thanks, Katerina, for your invitation. And I'm feeling quite relaxed and happy because I have the chance to share something that has been part of my life for 12 years now. It is the idea of the small sustainable business of the Forware project. And as you mentioned, the website. So sorry, everyone, because it is mostly in the Czech language. Hopefully, the visuals, the pictures and everything can speak for itself if you look at some company cooperation. So you will definitely be able to see the photos and have an idea of what we do.
But
and also
with the Google Translate, it works perfectly. I use
the
the Google
okay, so that's great. We have these special tools, so that's perfect. And also, I have some examples of specific products here, so so that I can also show you and tell you the details. Yeah.
So let's start a bit with the basics, just to get into the conversation. So all of this started with clothing swaps that you and your friends organized in 2009. That's a long time ago now that I think about it, like 17 years ago. Yeah, like I think in Macedonia there were no clothing exchanges
Mhm.
until like maybe I don't know 5 or let's say 10 years ago. So 17, it's really like impressive. So how did it all start, and when was Forware formed? How did the idea came to be from just an event, normal event, to a business?
Yeah, that's a great question because everyone is just asking themselves how come something like this can evolve into, let's say, a sustainable business that is durable, that is lasting already a few years, on the condition that most of startups fail. That's statistics. And I can tell you, I think we also needed, apart from, let's say, idea, apart from the persistence that we had, also some portion of good luck. Because usually, what I can say, the beginning and the usual thing is that normally we just organized some volunteering events. It was just like that. 2 times a year, we organized clothes swaps. At that time, in 2009, in the Czech Republic, it was not at all common. Now we have the clothes swapping culture that is already spreading, and you can join clothes swaps, let's say, on a weekly or bi-weekly or monthly basis. Many events are organized in different cities. Really, you can just, when you have some clothes that you don't need, and when you want to get some new items into your wardrobe, you can just join these events. But at that time, nothing like that was well spread. So we were, let's say, group of 4 girls who just said, okay, this is a good idea, we can try it. And we also try to organize it at a special place that would have some like benefit for those who would join the event. For example, it was a home for the elderly people who were also invited to join the event of the clothes swap. And they're really happy. So at the very beginning, there was this let's say, social beneficial idea to help people to get rid of some clothes they do not need or do not use, and to donate it to other organizations. I don't know if you already have such events also in Macedonia.
Yes, now in the past 3-4 years, it's becoming more and more popular. But this with the older people, I haven't heard it so far. I like it.
Well, it was just something in addition, because that
Yes.
also maybe what I could mention for the beginning of the project, because I'm a person who does not like wasting, and also I kind of like responsibility in the things which I do in life, be it a responsibility towards people in my surroundings, towards nature, and also towards, let's say, the social part of our society. And it involves the elderly people. It also involves the seamstresses that are now involved in the Forware project. So if it is possible to organize something that also has this additional benefit that goes beyond just organizing some event. So this is something that I really like. And I have this football ball here with the sustainable development goals. And in Forware, we are in line with number 12, which is responsible consumption and production, with number 10, let me see if I can find it quickly, reduced inequalities, and with number 8, decent work and economic growth. So these are the 3 most, let's say, suitable for what I'm doing, just to put it into a broader frame of, let's say, CSR or ESG activities. So there is also this SDGs kind of sustainable development goals framework that we align with. So it started from the idea of a volunteering project, which we did in our free time. we had a small team, and then one of the milestones was that we were one of the projects that won the Social Impact Award in 2013, which was organized by the organization of the Impact Hub in Prague. And at that point, we were asked to really push or develop the idea of this volunteering project into something that would be like a small, sustainable business.
Yep.
And that at the time was really a hard thing to do for us and for our team. Do you want me to continue storytelling like this, or if you want
Yes,
to just...
I'll interrupt you with questions. Like,
Yeah.
I'm curious, what was the first idea? So what actually did you present at the Social Impact Award? Was this the original idea about corporate gifts? Because a lot of times you have some other idea, and then during the process of this kind of programs, it evolves.
Yeah,
So-
that's right. I know, and I can already tell you that the very, very initial idea was different because we did not have a clue what we could do so that we could also sell it and earn some money into the project or whatever it would be. So at the time we had the idea that we would produce some special cotton bags that we would sell at the clothes swapping events. And these cotton bags would be produced from, let's say, fibers and materials that people would donate to these clothes swapping events.
It's like
So we would...
tote bags from waste textiles, something?
It would not be from waste textiles, but let's say from, I don't know, some
Like
just parts of
fiber?
bigger tissues or whatever that people usually, at least at our country, sometimes have at home and they don't use it. You know, you would be able to use it just for some home creative projects, and some people want to get rid of it. And we thought we would use a sheltered workshop and people working there to sew these, let's say, cotton bags for us, and that we would then sell them. But we found out that this would not be, let's say, the business idea that we could really build the whole business on, because it would be something that other small projects or companies are doing, or social businesses or sheltered workshops.
Yeah, maybe it was a side project, but not as a main.
Exactly. We could use it just to earn some small money to keep the team, you know, be able to buy some small things, because we did it at the time on voluntary basis. So we knew that we have to come up with something new. And at the time, I think it was also one of the questions mentioned, there was this big kind of turnover in our project, because the team of people who were there at that time, I think we were 5. So it just broke up, let's say, because the Social Impact Award and kind of winning it was also something that you kind of have to, let's say, you have to attend some incubation programs and so on. You have to travel. We had to travel to Vienna. We had to spend a lot of time. Yes, exactly, because they would want to give you support, and that's great, but you also have to do something and really work hard on the idea. And the people on the team at that time, because it was in summer, they already had different plans for summer. And I ended up just alone. It was really like that. And it was quite hard for me to know that now it's up to me and I have no idea what I could do. So it was really hard. And for everyone who is at the beginning of something that you really have no idea if or what, if it would come out or what it would be, you know, it's really hard, especially if you are a person who does not like uncertainty, because there are different types of people. Some people prefer just to get employed because they already go into something that is running, that has some structure.
True.
Yeah, and they just become a part.
Did you have a job back at the time and you were doing this in your free time? Or
I had a job. At that time, it was even hard for me because the other job was also something that I tried to build with a friend. We had a small consulting company, and it was also at the beginning. So we were these two kind of projects, but the one with him, it was more stable and it was focused on big companies, and it was a little bit also about let's say business development and recruiting people. So it was something that was already not a new domain of business. But this one, later on further developed from it, was something new because we had to come up with some idea that would be new in this, let's say, social business area. So
what happened after the summer when you were left alone?
it was much better, but I found a new colleague, a girl who studied at textile, let's say high school or something like that. And she was able to give a direction or at least have some ideas of what can be done with and from textile. So we went
because
to visit.
you were decided that you want to continue with textile as a waste. You just
Yes,
didn't
that was
know
the
what
domain of the
you wanted.
project. Yeah, exactly. We just knew that we have to come up with something new, and we did not know what it would be. So we went to visit companies that are kind of textile, that produce renewed textiles here in the Czech Republic. I don't know if you have something like that in your country as well.
Have
Textile manufacturers or
have a big textile industry, but I'm not sure if any of those companies produce like use textile waste. There are some startups now that do products from textile waste, but like big companies, I'm not sure. And actually, that was one of my questions for you, because first when I saw the products and when I heard like briefly about the idea, I thought that you make the textile, but then I read that you get it from a Czech company, and I was like, wow, this is different from what I imagined, because usually, I don't know, here like a lot of these small businesses, when they start, they feel like they need to build everything from scratch, even the textile. And I was seeing, when I saw your products, I was like, this looks like it, it's the same textile, but then it's printed. So I really want to know like what this company does, where else they sell this textile apart for you, because you're just one small client.
Yeah, actually, this is such a broad topic. I try to
to
say it quite
basically be
briefly
short.
because
Yes.
usually also when I go into companies who are considering cooperation with us, so it really takes a lot to give them like a fuller picture, not the full picture because it would take long, but at least so that they have some idea how the whole process is done, in forward. So we have textile factories or textile waste factories or companies here in the Czech Republic. I think there are at least 4 or 5. Yeah. Maybe you can check if you have something like that as well. And they are able to kind of renovate textile that other companies, maybe the companies that collect clothes, but it's not just that. It's also companies who have some leftovers from industrial productions. For example, it can be industrial textile, I don't know, parts of carpets. It can be upholstery. It can be tire reinforcement cords. It's really different things, and they are able to throw it into some machines after the process of sorting. If they are throwing there some clothes, they also can do clothes, but you have to put away the zippers.
Show
That's
it
the
on
final, that's the...
Like when I saw this, it was clear to me that it's from mixed textiles and that probably you're not making it because it looks
Oh,
something that machines are required to make it.
exactly. And what comes out from the machines, it's what can be called unwoven textile material, yeah, or a roll of the unwoven textile material. The outcome or the output depends on the input. So if they put there some cotton things, for example, we in the past used to send there, let's say, t-shirts from bio cotton that some companies wanted to get rid of because maybe they made a mistake and they printed a logo which was not printed correctly, and they had a big amount and they needed to get rid of it ecologically. So we connected this company with this textile factory. They sent it there, and the textile factory was able to add it into their processes of producing the new kind of, but it's renovated, new or recycled, we can call it maybe the textile roll. Yeah. So the input can be, let's say, cotton. It can be some polyester fibers. It can be really a lot of things. They also put things together, so it's then the outcome is a mixture. So what we then did, we tried to stay in the area of clothes, but when we visited the textile factory, we looked at the materials and we saw that we could try to work with the unwoven polyester, which is like recycled, and we could try to print on it. And it turned out to be the most durable and most suitable material for us. So we we could not kind of stick to the idea that we would recycle or renovate old clothes or unwanted clothes, because the processes for this are not yet ready, I mean, worldwide, because this is such a huge and broad topic that there have been, let's say, some attempts to like recycle clothes, but the idea is really difficult because the clothes are usually made of different types of fibers. It is not just one. It is the mixture of natural ones and those that are not natural, that are I don't know, polyester things and so on. Yeah. So when it was possible, we sent some part of clothes in a specific shape, let's say, and sort it to this textile factory. And we then bought from them the material for our products. And exactly the bag that you showed, I have here as well. So it's this one. And you can see that it is the unwoven textile material, and it is not printed on. It is the original one.
Yes.
That we take from the company. And we found out that we can also work just with this basic material. It is, you can fold it a little bit more than the others, but people really love it because they have this kind of bag that they can take everywhere, and it is not too colorful, because some people like colors, and some people, or it depends also on the target group of those who will then use the product, so they prefer something more decent. Yeah, so that's one part of the textile that we take. So that's this one. And also we take from the textile company or the textile factory. This one, you can see that it is white. It's not whitened anyhow. There are no chemicals used. It's just that they had to put into the process the fibers or the textile leftovers that already had this specific color. They were just white. And then what you can see and what is in color, that's the print on the material. So this is exactly what we tried when we were at the beginning of the idea of Forware with a friend with whom we went to this textile factory. And okay, we knew that we can try to print on it, But then we developed the idea, okay, so we are able to produce bigger collections of the same print. And this would be really perfect for companies who usually need to buy a bigger amount of the merchandise products or of the sustainable corporate gifts. And they also really appreciate the idea, or we thought that they would appreciate. We did not have the proof, but we thought and we tried to offer them the idea of some tailor-made or personalized design according to their company colors and the logo that they use, and so on. And of course, to fine-tune the product, we always had to see if we can find other things that are here to, let's say, complete the product. For example, these parts of the rubber band that you can close the products with, like this, yeah, or the threads at the edges. And what we also do to personalize the project and the products with the colors is some logo that usually needs to be somewhere on the product. And we try to hide it kind of inside. We put it on some label inside. And we also... Yeah, and I will show you also some other examples that are not that decent. And the other thing that we use to personalize the product for the companies is a paper tag that we can attach, and we can communicate the idea of the project, and also the company can choose if they want to, I don't know, communicate the company values or put their website or a QR code or whatever, and their logo usually.
I'm curious if you like when you were deciding whether to go B2C or B2B, was it a clear decision, or you also had a try to sell it directly, like to people, maybe open a shop or...
Yes, that's also something that we had to consider. Well, we wanted to go both directions because there are sometimes some small markets where we could participate with our product and to try to offer them to customers, to just people coming and who would like to buy these products as gifts for themselves or for their close ones. But we found out that it's really a lot of work, that someone would have to attend these events and sell it, and then the whole kind of bureaucracy thing around it was really difficult. And we found out that for us to focus more on B2B is more profitable, maybe, and less time consuming. So that was why we wanted to go to companies. And it was not just this, that we would offer them these products, but we wanted also to involve their employees in close collection events. So that would be something that was connected kind of with the clothes swapping project that we had and from which this idea developed. It was not exactly that the companies would have clothes swaps organized within the companies, even though at this time, I mean now in this year, 2000, I don't know, 4 or 5 and around, I know also companies that want to organize clothes swaps. Yeah, but at the time it was not
normal.
Exactly. But they could not imagine like that people would be swapping the clothes in corporations kind of. So they wanted to enable the employees to collect clothes for charity purposes. And we were the organizers of these, let's say, additional program or activity for the employees. And so that's one thing. What I think helped us, that we became quite popular, that the companies So not only the products, the final products that they could have, and they could spread the story of this kind of recycling material and so on, but they could also involve the employees in something during some green week or whatever.
Yeah. And these clothes swaps that were organized for the companies, you were then taking care of the products being donated somewhere, or you were taking them to the factory to produce the bags that that will go for the company?
We always try to specify pretty well what kind of clothes and in what condition the people should be bringing into these clothes collections, because our aim was to donate them to charity Second Hands in the Czech Republic. And we had a nice cooperation with them as well, because they had not only that they had the small shops where they were selling at some symbolic prices
like
these clothes. Yeah, it was not something that they would earn big living, but it was something nice. And they also offered workplaces to people with some disabilities and so on. So this was the major thing to donate. That was our objective. And at that time in the past, when the whole area of kind of textile waste was not that common as it is now, the textile factories agreed that they would take from us some small amounts of what would be left. Yeah, but usually they were not willing to take it from us in small amounts, and we never had like too much to organize the whole process of logistically, I mean. And also there are things that you have to consider when you want to put it into the recycling process. And the thing is the sorting according.
Yeah, very complicated, all the process.
Yeah, and also the hygiene things. It's not possible to really just put everything into the recycling machines. Yeah, so that was in the past. Yeah.
So now I want to ask, to pass more to the client's part, because I think everyone in the audience is interested about that one. A lot of people have ideas, but then when it comes to finding someone who would pay for it, that's usually the hardest part. And I think people that are here read on the poster that your clients are companies such as Procter & Gamble, IKEA, Heineken. I saw very big names here. So I would like to hear about the first paid collaboration that you had. Who was that, and actually how did you succeed to collaborate with these big companies? What was your strategy to convince them? And you said that you were organizing events, like clothes swaps events for these companies. And just what came to my mind is they could just organize it themselves. Why did they hire you to organize this kind of event?
What we came up with was the idea of this kind of package, let's say, that was the organization of the clothes collections for the company. And at the time, we would be presenting the parts of what is going to happen with the clothes that people were donating, how it goes, the whole process. Then we introduced the textile factory, and then we also introduced some samples of the products that we already had, and we educated people. So there was something that the companies would not be able to do themselves because they would not have the tools for it. That's what we had. So they were happy for this kind of day or half a day or event that we organized for them.
Education, thinking,
and we also organized then the drivers from the charity shops that would be coming to the companies and collecting it, so that the company would not have too much work with it. What was also something they really liked. I'm thinking of more things so that you know what was that made the difference. they liked the final products because the products are quality products. They are really nicely made. They kind of do not look like products that you would expect a sheltered workshop people to produce, because we have a lot of social businesses that produce things from ceramics. They sew things. I don't know whatever else they do. Sometimes the things look maybe not like less representative, but
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like,
big companies cannot
actually,
imagine using them as their promotional materials.
yeah.
So
Yeah, I wanted to ask, it was also one of the questions that someone from the audience had, if actually the companies use this to communicate it in their ESG, CSR reports. And I think that's probably one part, but something that for sure it's there, like big companies want nice looking things. Like no matter what's the impact, if it doesn't look nice, I think, I don't know what's your experience you could share with us.
yes, exactly.
Yes, when they saw that it's nice, then the impact it's like the secondary thing, no?
I think it's both. Really, like both things have to be there. If one is not there, it would not work. So it must look good. It must be like a representative gift. It's not a long time ago that I even tried to offer these things to our president. At that point, it did not turn out that they would be interested. But because now. Like, let's say the Prague Castle also was working on a new identity for communication. Yeah, so it was not a good timing, but I think that they would not have to be ashamed to offer these things to some visitors who come and who are on like a higher level basis. So of course maybe someone can see it differently, but that's one of the things that the products have to look good, and they have to also they have to be practical. They have to let's say you have to be able to use them long. They must not be for just one use. That would not be then in line with what I like about the project. So that's one thing. They have to be well made and look good, and of course produced by some people with, in our case, mental health conditions. Also what the big companies like, and maybe it might be same or might be different in your country, that they can use these products as tax, I don't know the word,
like
deductible item or something like that. I don't know how to express it, but they can.
Heard about it. I'm not sure if it exists here, but it's something interesting to check.
Yes, exactly.
For the donations part, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. If they have, if they can have, like if they can pay less taxes, that's also something that is quite important for them. Yeah,
and how do you communicate the impact to them? Like, okay, you present the product, it can be a customized design, but do you actually use numbers like for one bag we save X kilograms of waste? Like which KPIs do you use if you use them?
We do not use them too much because it's not really easy to calculate it exactly, because we would have to know exactly the origin of the textile leftovers, and we don't know it. So it's not a long time ago that I asked one friend or one person to help me calculate, for example, the carbon dioxide that we are able to save. And he said, well, it's not really easy to do, but what we do, it's the case, for example, of our new product, which is this multifunctional pouch. It's like this. It has a bottom as well. So it is something that can replace paper bags or plastic bags. And we can say that the life cycle of this one, I have no idea how long you can use it, but it's just really such a great material that you can just use it endlessly. Maybe sometimes the surface becomes a little bit different, but otherwise the function is the same. So it can definitely replace at least 200 of plastic or paper bags that you would have to throw away. So I think we don't have any sophisticated methods just to show this.
Examples, like I think it's pretty clear. If you mention where it comes from, how many times it can be used, similar. Okay.
Yeah. So the companies really like the story that we are able to present to them, and also what is quite good is if you find someone in the company, in the corporation, who becomes enthusiastic about the idea. Usually it is ladies because they like the colors and they like the idea. Some men, of course, as well, but sometimes the men are more focused on numbers and on technical things. So when they see these products, so they say, oh, well, we are not really sure if this is the thing. But when there is a lady, so she says, oh, I like this one and this one and this one and this one. So they really are happy about the products and the designs.
Yeah.
So this can be a decisive element as well.
It's a good approach. Actually, it was quite interesting because in the registration form we had one guy that had like 10 questions, because I think he's not here from what I checked, but probably he will watch the recording if he put the effort to put all these questions. So I think he's one of the organizers of Macedonian Energy Conference. Apparently it's a big event. So I will just ask one of his questions if he'll hear this session later. For example, what are the most common mistakes event organizers make when they want to be sustainable but end up with greenwashing instead of real impact? Like, did you have any client that wanted something, but actually you convinced them that another product would be better? Or how do clients think?
Well, maybe the first thing to say is that our products are not that commonly used for conferences where people just obtain them for free sometimes, but they are quite, let's say, expensive for the company. So the companies use them as gifts, but they really think hard if they should give them away on conferences or just like that, So
more for like end of the year, Christmas, those kind of.
Yes, exactly. Okay. Yes, they use them usually for their own employees, for company clients as gifts when they go there for some business meetings or for some international visitors and so on. They also use them as, let's say, gifts for employees who have been in the companies for years and they want to give them something. Sometimes they are part of packages, onboarding packages for newcomers, because it's quite nice to combine, for example, our flat bag. And also maybe I'm getting back to the question that could be suitable for some conferences. This flat bag, actually, because it's possible to put inside the materials for the conference if that was the choice of the company. So we would offer them probably this one as a very practical flat bag. Or we have just a folder. Let me see if I have it here. It's very, very, let's say, minimalistic, because it's just like that. You can use nice design. You can put your laptop inside. Or A4 size papers. When you go somewhere, you just like put it like that and you go. So that would be quite suitable for conferences. We do not persuade the organizers too much because it really depends on their budgets. If they wanted some smaller items, once we produce also these, let's say, luggage tags, which could be also used, I think, for conference purposes, for the name tags, but we always have to consider, let's say, the cost of production and the time the seamstresses spend on some such small things.
Yeah.
And from the other side, if the company is able to pay for something small, which is really, really difficult to produce, like a bigger amount of money than for something bigger. So that's why we do not put forward these small items too much.
How do you deal with the load of the work? Because if most of the companies use this as gifts for like the festive season, and okay, you said that some of them use it for onboarding and similar, but I guess like most of your work is around the holidays, like the rest of the year, do you have enough work to keep the business alive? Or you kind of start preparing the Christmas long before?
We try to inform the companies and maybe educate them a little bit that if they want some products for Christmas, and it means that they need a delivery by the end of November, because then they have to have it ready to distribute it. So we tell them, okay, let's start in summer. Because if we start later on, the process of ordering all the parts from which the products consist is also quite long. So we might not be able to deliver in time if we start later on. Sometimes if we start in September, that's still okay to deliver in time. But we try to have company cooperations during the whole year. And we have one client. We are really happy to have them. And they always cover kind of the first half of the year, so that we are quite happy to produce for them. And then from summer onwards, we produce for other companies for the festive season.
So yeah, I guess with time you manage to get this, to see how much time you need and organize yourself, but it takes time. I guess that's the first year that you made.
Yeah, you never know at the beginning. You have no idea how it would work. And one of the hardest things in this area of business, I mean, the corporate gifts, is that at least me, and maybe someone could say, well, now you are doing it, you've been doing it for so long, you must know. But I never know if we will have company cooperations the next year or not, because this is not a completely stable business. Some companies who order these things in the future want to order something different from a different company. Sometimes they want to support a different social enterprise. And sometimes they just want a different idea or a new idea or something really like fresh from the marketing point of view, and not something, even though it could be a different product from the same material. Yeah, so it's quite hard. And I think that's I never can predict how the next year would be. So this is one of the things which is, I think, the hardest, because this is not a big company. It is a small kind of company, and we are able to provide work to, let's say, 5 or 6 or 7 seamstresses. Everyone in the shelter workshop is doing a little bit different part of work. But when we have like a strong year, let's say, or a successful year, so it is maybe 7 people who are working continually on the products. But sometimes we also, for example, during the COVID time, we also had really weak years, and it was quite difficult for everyone to sustain the business.
I see. Okay, so I would like to leave the floor to the audience now. I have more questions, but we're running out of time. So please, if the 18 people that are present here want to ask something, you can unmute yourself or paste your question in the chat. And if not, I will continue with the questions that I have. But feel
Yeah,
free to.
one question. I don't understand well, but I see on the side that you have like big companies as supporters. Do you have like some companies that just support your business without taking something in return?
No, we have never had any supporter, not a one single supporter. We always based our cooperation, and I'm quite proud of it, that we don't have anyone who would just be donating money to us, or that we are not doing fundraising at all. It is just clearly the businesses or the corporations that I'm able to how to say it, just to gain or to with the companies, and through that the seamstresses in the workshop, in the sheltered workshop, get the chance to work on it, and then we deliver it back to the company, and then the company pays for the delivery.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you, Martina. Someone else?
I have a question. Okay, so Marketa, thank you for the presentation and everything that you said. It was very motivating to hear about your business and about your success and the fact that it's been sustainable that many years. I recently started a sustainable business, I might say. In our country, I built a platform about buying and selling secondhand clothes. And we don't have Vinted here, so that's why I wanted to make a platform here in Macedonia. And I would like to ask you, what would your advice be for a business, for someone who starts a business that is sustainable, in terms of, building it, progressing with it, facing first challenges and difficulties, and so on. Thank you.
Thanks, Tiana, for your question. So is it focused on B2C? I mean, do you want to sell to customers?
Well, it's about, I'm just like a middleman, so it's about everyone who wants to sell clothes, whether it's an individual or it's like a shop that exists, whether it's like legally existing or not legally, like profiles on Instagram who do that more often. But it's, I would say, like B2C, probably. That's the model, yeah.
It's a little bit different model from what we are doing, because we are targeting corporations who are able to buy from us at least, let's say, 300 of products from one collection. So for us, we have to approach one company, maybe one or two people in the company, and sell it to them. In your case, I think it would be different. And I have not yet focused on such, let's say, a client or such a target group. But I have been starting also a second project recently, and it is also targeting on customers. And here, what I'm just working on is something that personally is quite hard for me, but it's social media, actually, and the visibility there. And trying to produce content that is relevant for the people, having, for example, the website that is easily findable, not just by Google, but also that AI could be recommending your business, actually. So try to do some I don't know, procedures so that AI would be quoting your business and recommending you. That's quite hard, but I think that would be the challenge. And in near future, if you want to target customers, I mean, women or men, whoever, but not just corporate clients. Yeah, so that would be my advice, maybe, but I'm testing it myself. And then, of course, I could speak about some resilience or some consistent effort for you just to go step by step and maybe not jump from one thing to another. Some people have such kind of character. I don't know that at the beginning they become enthusiastic about something, but once they start, maybe they are not really
The work.
being able to persist in it, because sometimes the processes get little repetitive and so on, you know. So I'm sorry, I have some alarm that maybe I will just switch it off. Yeah, so yeah, so so that's the idea also of some let's say entrepreneurial qualities. And maybe I have no idea if that would work, but to have some mentor or some support from someone with whom you could discuss things. And actually, I'm discussing a lot of things with AI. And it is really helpful because I'm not relying on the answers, but it definitely broadens the horizons of what I can think about. And definitely it is moving the ideas that I have forward. So maybe these are some small pieces of advice or something that I'm also working on now and living.
If I just may have a quick something to say to Tiana, you can contact me later. We'll get in contact through Katerina, but you need to go to the second-hand bazaars and tell to these people directly that they can do selling of their clothes on your site. I think it will be very helpful. We'll get in touch and I can help you with some
In
tips.
Skopje actually this weekend on a second-hand bazaar. Tiana was in Skopje this weekend on a second-hand bazaar, so
Okay,
probably.
yeah, I have one on Saturday also, so you're welcome to come and like make business cards to share with everyone there, or just like for because mm, the conscience about the second-hand clothing here, it's getting bigger day by day. I just think that you need to reach the right people. I don't want to take anyone's time, but we'll get in touch
Yeah, we'll
and
connect
we'll get you some
later.
tips.
Okay,
Thank
awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
And
But,
thank you.
yes, you're welcome. And Martina, you also what came on my mind when you spoke, that it's not just about online. Not everything is or should be happening online, actually, because I think you could also quite nicely reach the people through some offline events, maybe that you could organize, and then get, let's say, the bigger group of followers also from these events, and people like building relationships, I mean personal ones and not just virtual ones. So that could be also one way to do it.
Yeah, actually, one of the things that I wanted to ask you was, do you reach the companies, like the potential clients, like cold emailing, or you have some different approach? I mean, I guess at this point companies are contacting you because you had so many collaborations, but in the beginning, how were you finding your potential clients?
I think there are at least 3 channels how we are doing it. At the beginning, it was also some companies who were somehow connected to the Social Impact Award. They supported this competition, and they wanted to support the projects that succeeded in them, not just through mentoring, but they also gave us the chance to organize the clothes collection and then to offer them the products. It was PricewaterhouseCoopers. It was one of the first companies. And then the second one, and I have no idea now how we got there, but it was probably through some personal connections. We got into the T-Mobile in the Czech Republic, and then we met, say, a lady who gave us a chance, even though we did not have the product ready in such an amount as we have now. We had maybe 2 or 3 types of products at the beginning, and they asked us to produce 500 of diaries in textile covers for them. And they really were quite curious how we can handle it. And we were also quite curious how we can handle it. It was quite hard, and there were a lot of challenges. So sometimes someone interconnects us with someone else from the company. So that's another channel. We also use emailing. We have some email, and we try to connect to the right person in this or that company. We do not do cold calling. This would not be too much in line with what the project represents, and we don't want to push. It's just more about someone sees it and they really like it. They become enthusiastic and they ask, "Well, what is it? How did you get it? How does it work?" So it's this viral kind of word spreading about the project.
With the product.
Yeah. So that's because we have already produced really thousands of products. Hopefully they are living and people are using them. So it's there's quite some chance to get some contacts through them, but don't imagine that it's something big that everyone would be approaching us. It's really also the work on the search engines and on the website and so on. So it's a lot of small things behind it.
Good, thank you. Makes sense. Okay, and my last question, which is a yes or no question. Are you designing are you doing the designs?
Yeah. Some of them I'm doing. Some of them, the companies have their own graphic designers, and they really have specific things that have to be met and requirements exactly. But I'm really happy that I can produce some designs as well. For example, just to show you, this one is my own. There are a lot of them, For example, this one, it is a map of the city of Prague. And I was drawing it on the tablet by an Apple Pen, So it's something. It can be really, the designs can be really anything you can imagine. That's what I like about it, this creative part. This one also.
Studying art, so I was like, I'm not sure she's the designer or someone else.
Yeah, and this one originally I collected just some leaves and flowers and things like that, and then photographed it and put it into the electronic version somehow and colored it, So it's this kind of natural design. So that's one part of the project, which meets the creative side of me, which is also fulfilling. Apart from all the other things that benefit, let's say, the society and I hope also the environment and people.
Amazing, Marketa. I feel very inspired now. Like, I think I'm going to start my sustainable gifts corporate business. I'm joking.
Yeah.
But really,
I would say good luck to anyone who really wants to try. I so much appreciate everyone with some creative part inside who want to give it a try. It's quite a hard and not easy way to do it. Sometimes it's like not that everywhere else it would not be, but it's really this kind of having to deal with uncertainty a lot, because you never know if the idea will work out in the end.
Yeah, with any business that has some social and environmental component, but I think if you have the passion, like we have a lot of people here, even in the audience, that are trying and not giving up. So it's just like, don't give up, be open to new ideas and be consistent, as you said.
Yeah, and do it before you have your own family, if possible, because
Yeah,
then
true.
once you have to also meet the family requirements. And now I have a small daughter, so it's really hard to imagine that I would be starting a new project now. Actually, I'm doing it, but it's so hard. It's so hard because I don't want to split the time too much and work overnight. That's not what I could do. So once you are young, if you are still studying, maybe some people are, I don't know. So use the time and the energy, because later on it will be much harder to dedicate the time. It's not just the working time, it's your free time. It's everything you give to it. It's your heart that you give to it. But also maybe one thing that I want to say is also try to think of your own sustainability, because some people, and me including, sometimes forget that we could just leave this nice sustainable idea also behind and do something else and go outside and just live a normal life. Yeah.
Totally relatable. Okay, Sarah, last question. I hope it's a short one.
Yes, Marketa, oh my God, so inspiring. Like, really, woman, I don't know, like, starting from the moment that you did start 12 years ago alone, and now even having so many employers is really, really inspiring. So, bravo from me. I just wanted to ask you, like, all those years, what kept you being so motivated, especially doing it alone? I mean, then you said that you were having a partner that was more into textile, but the whole idea came from you. And sometimes with Kates, we are doing Yes for Less together. We, let's say, support each other. But I always tell to Kate, if I'm alone in this, it's not possible that I will do anything, because it takes a lot of courage. I want to know, what about you? Like, what kept you, like, did you have mentors? Did you have a supportive husband? Like, what is the trick?
It's quite a, let's say, hard or maybe also an easy question. First of all, the whole idea, how it turned out about Forward, is making sense to me personally in so many aspects. It's like recycled textile, that the women, the seamstresses in the social enterprise are involved, and they are having a chance to work. They are having a chance to socialize through it. That we also organize these events with clothes. This is something which is close to my heart. What else? That the companies appreciate it, that it really makes sense from the beginning toward the end. And I am telling about myself that at this moment, I think that I'm a person who would not easily be employable by another company, that I would become an employee, because of course it's sometimes a lonely path, even though it's giving me some personal satisfaction in the results and the designs and the creativity. But at the same time, you just have to love it. You just have to know that this is your heart project, and consider also if this would be able to make you at least the same amount of money that you would get if you became an employee somewhere, because otherwise it would not be possible for you to do it, because it would not be paying back, So all these have to be met. I have one colleague who is working with me on a few hours a week, so I'm not completely alone. And for me, it's really important with whom I work. If I have someone whom I'm just like giving administrative tasks to do, sometimes it is not like a real partner. But if I have someone who is with whom it's possible to discuss things, it's always better. I don't have a mentor at this moment, but
You have
just
collaborators.
I had some collaborators. I telephone with the supervisor of the sheltered workshop, and we share everything. So it's not that lonely, maybe, or just like a one woman show. But yeah, it's something that you really have to kind of do with your heart. Otherwise, maybe you would not continue for so long as I have been doing it. But also, it's a freedom in a way that you don't have to go somewhere on a daily basis. You can really organize your time. So there are like benefits, and there are things which are a little bit hard, you know.
Of course, as everything in life, the pros and cons.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much again.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Amazing. Thank you so much for your time, for staying a bit longer with us. Please, everyone, follow Forware on the social media, and I really hope that you also get the motivation to be more present on social media, because I'm sure it can be very successful if you start showing the process, and even people can be inspired, apart from potential clients. Like, I'm sure you can be very inspirational for other people and your whole story. And yeah, I wish you all the best, and hopefully we can meet again sometimes and follow your successes through the internet.